Howdy y'all, you got the Bulldog on the channel again. I'm gonna have to speak up pretty good because for some reason the microphone in my Dollar General earbuds didn't want to work today, so I'll be yelling at you. I'm gonna show you how I save a little bit of money on my oils. You pour a quart of oil in an engine, you pour a quart of transmission fluid in the engine. You always are left with about a tablespoon coating the inside of the bottle. And when I started at this job in 1997, we'd do a oil change to a vehicle and you'd pay $20 and get money back. We had the oil change was $5. The oil filter was $2.50. 5 quarts of oil, and a $20 bill would mean you'd get change back on your oil change. Now, I put in my old records when we bought the computer system and went digital, and I noticed that after 15 years, our oil change was $6, it went up $1. Oil filter was $3.50, it went up $1, and you'd pay $50 for your oil change, maybe get $5 back. So that's how much oil itself has gone up in all that time. It goes up, it don't go down. So since we used quarts mainly at this shop, here a few years ago I started doing this. Transmission fluid is much worse, because it used to be, Dextron or Type F. That's your choices. And it was 50 cents a bottle. Well, now everything is synthetic. There's 18 million different versions of it. This car takes one kind of oil, and then the same make but a different model takes a different kind of oil. Or this truck is available with 3 transmissions, and they all take different kinds of transmission fluid, so it went up. I mean, there's some applications where a quart of transmission fluid is $20. So I started doing this. We take our quarts, and I save them, and I drain them. Second case. Now that took 3-4 minutes. You saw the whole thing there. And when these top ones are done filling, the bottom ones, I'll take the top ones off, take half the bottom ones, turn them upside down into the other ones, and just keep going until you got 1 quart left. And out of all those bottles, I won't have a pint, but I'll have pretty close. It adds up. It's volume. Now, whenever you've got a job where you need a pint of fluid, this stuff's free for you if you use enough of it. That way you don't have to break a new quart open and set it there like we've got here, a whole shelf of stuff that's partials. You can pour it up like this, throw away empty bottles rather than leaving a tablespoon or 2 in each bottle. And I do that with oil also. I turn the jugs up against each other. I get the big 5 quart ones, and sometimes I use the quart jugs. I'll turn the quart ones up into the big 5 quart jugs and just keep on doing that. And when somebody's, a pint low on oil, you can just dump a little bit in there. That way you don't have to break open a new quart and have a partial sitting around. It's just something I started doing years ago because the fluid got so expensive. This is Dextron 6 fluid. We did a transmission flush here a while back, and that uses up a lot of fluid. So you have a lot of quart bottles with just a little bit left in them. Unless you're buying huge volumes, you don't get much of a discount. I mean, you've got to buy 1,500 gallons at a time if you're going to get a fairly good discount on your oil. And well, we don't have $3,000 or $4,000 sitting around to buy a gigantic vat of oil. And then when you do that, it's hard to keep track of it. It's hard to charge for it. You miss a lot. You forget a lot. So we keep track of it with quarts. We pay a little bit extra, but that way we're not losing that much also. And I'm having to talk up pretty good because we got furnaces going. The wind's blowing gale force outside. I saw a duck with a suitcase heading south. It's got nasty weather out here, so sorry for yelling at you, but I just figured I'd show something that I do. It takes a little bit of time, but I'm waiting on parts right now. I don't have any big project to start, so I've got an extra 10 minutes right now. So figured I'd plug in a video, show you something that I do. Like, comment, subscribe, share it around, show everybody what's going on with me. We'll see y'all later.